Sairam students, today we are going to start with composition. Yes, and our topic is message writing. So all of you be ready with a pen and a notebook to write all the important points that we are going to learn today. Students, let us first understand what is a message writing. A message is a short piece of information that you give to a person when you cannot speak to him directly. It is informal piece of writing conveying information received over the telephone, public address, system or in person to a person from whom the information was intended but who was not at hand to receive the information. In easy way, we can understand this something like this. It is a piece of information given by a third person to be passed to a particular person. It is usually a telephonic message that has to be reported or passed on to someone. Now students, let us understand some important points or some important key points to be remembered while drafting a message. A message must be very brief and precise. Yes, a message should be written in short and it should have exact and accurate information. Addition of information must not be done. Then, stick to the word limit 50 words. Yes, we need to write the message within 50 words. Then students, the salutation may be informal. The way you address the receiver, for example, Grandpa, Mohit and so on. Yes, we can write the salutation in informal way. We can write as Dear Mom or Dear Grandma or simply Grandma can be written as salutation. Then the next is, do not add extra information. The message should be short and to the point. Now students, only the important details should be written. No new information should be added while writing a message. Now let's move ahead. Plan before you pen. Just make a list of all the important points on a rough sheet. Now yes students, here we must first write on a rough sheet all the important points before we fare it. Now this needs to be done so that we do not forget the relevant points while writing. This also helps us in maintaining a sequence which is very important. Then, next is put down all relevant details such as the following. Name of the person who gave the message, date and time of receiving the message, content of the message including follow-up actions required. This is very important. While drafting a message, we must add all the relevant details such as name of the person, date and time when we have received the message, and also we must write about the follow-up action. Then the next is, make sure you double check for grammatical accuracy and spelling. Now students, here grammatically correct sentences should be used. We must always read the message once done to check grammatical accuracy and spelling. Then, do not use long sentences in the body of the message. Now, here students, you will not add any extra information as I have said, and your information should be to the point. Long sentences must be avoided while writing a message. Then, we must use indirect and reported speech while writing a message. Then, end the message with only the name of the person writing the message. Now students, here at the end we must write the name of the person who is writing the message, and here in the message writing no complimentary closure is required. Then enclose the message within a box. Now students, once the message writing is completed, then we must present the message in a box. Now students, let us understand the format for message writing. Now, the first is heading. Message writing begins by writing the word message in bold and capitals. It is written in the middle of the line. This is done in order to catch the attention of the person for whom the message is drafted. Now, after writing the word message, we will leave a line, and then just below the message we will write date. Now, the date is written on the left hand side of the page. It is written in expanded form, that is, for example, 15th October 2020. That is, the format is date, month and year. Then just below the date we will write time. Time must also be written on the left hand side of the page. While writing time, we must also mention whether it is AM or PM. Then, after writing time, we must leave a line and write salutation. Now students, before writing the main content, that is the body of the message, it is important to address the reader. The salutation can be informal, like dear mother or dear mom and so on. Just after salutation, we will start with the body. The body is the main content of the message, wherein you provide all the information that needs to be conveyed to the person you are unable to contact. It is important to stick only to vital information and keep the body of the message short and crisp. Avoid using long sentences. Now, once you are done with the body of the message, mention the name given in the question on the left hand side of the page. It helps the reader to identify the sender of the message. And then at the end, enclose the message within a box. Now, let's see this solved example. Read the following telephone conversation between Pranita or Pranav and Mr. Singh. Pranita or Pranav. Hello, Mr. Singh. Hello, may I speak with Mrs. Mehra, please? I am Naresh Singh from the office. Pranita or Pranav. Mom's not at home right now. Mr. Singh. In that case, can you give her a message? It is urgent. Please tell her that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. Ask her to check the mail as soon as possible for the details. Please don't forget to inform her. Pranita or Pranav. Don't worry, I will inform. Now, here the question is, you are Pranita or Pranav. Write a message with all necessary details for your mother, as you have to leave for a football match. Your message should not exceed more than 50 words. Students, our first step is we must read the question very carefully. Then, we must identify the appropriate information from the telephonic conversation that contains our actual message. Then, we can underline the important points or we can mark, like in this case. Important point is when Mr. Singh was conveying the message, like, it is urgent. Please tell her that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. Ask her to check the mail as soon as possible for the details. Please don't forget to inform her. Now, this point is very important as we need to add this in our content. And then frame the content in a rough before we finalize it so that we do not forget the relevant points while writing, as this will help us in maintaining the sequence. Now students, let us start with this message writing. Now, we will first write the word message at the center in the bold and capitals. Now, this is done in order to catch the attention of the person for whom the message is drafted. Then, we will leave a line and we will write date in an extended form. Like in this case, the date is 15th October 2020. That is in date, month, year format. And we must write date on our left hand side of the page. Then just below the date, write time, which must also be written on the left hand side of the page. While writing time, we must mention whether it is AM or PM. Like in this case, the time is 10 AM. Then just below the time, leave a line again and write salutation, as it is very important to address the reader. The salutation is informal. Like in this case, we will write Dear Mom. And then we will start with the body by naming the person who had conveyed the message. Like here, Mom, Mr. Naresh Singh from the office called up to say that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. He wants you to check your mail as soon as possible for the details. He said that it was urgent. And then at the end, mention the name given in the question on the left hand side of the page. Like in this case, the name mentioned in the question is Pranita or Pranav. So, this name will help the reader to identify the sender of the message. Do not write your name. Students, you have to read the question carefully. Here, girls who are writing the message will write the name as Pranita, and boys who are writing the message will write their name as Pranav. Students, you have to be very careful. You cannot write your name. You have to write the name which is mentioned in the question. According to your gender, you will select the name. And then at last, enclose the message in a box. Now students, with this example, we have understood how to write message writing. Now, there is an assignment for y'all. As a practice, you can write this in your composition book or in your rough book. So, all of you start writing this question. You are Ramesh or Reema. Today, you had the following conversation with Rajesh, a friend of your elder brother. Rajesh: hello. Ramesh or Reema: hello. Rajesh: can I speak to your brother, Rohan? Then Ramesh or Reema: sorry, he is not around. What can I do for you? Rajesh: well, I am Rajesh, your brother's friend. Could you please convey him that he should bring my practical book today in school, as I need it in class today? Rajesh or Reema. That's fine. I will do that. Now, here the question is, as you are leaving for your class, write a message for your brother in about 50 words. Now students, with this we have completed message writing. See you again. Saira and take care.